There's a neat hymn in our hymnal that comes out of the black church. It is called "Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning." I won't harm your speakers by attempting to sing it, but it begins with the words of the title, sung 3 times, followed by the words, "The time is drawing nigh." Then there is a refrain after each verse, "Sisters, don't grow weary. Brothers, don't grow weary. Children, don't grow weary, for the time is drawing nigh." Every time I hear it, I just get goosebumps. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Saturday, December 5th, 2020. Today's lesson repeats a theme we returned to several times in the weeks leading up to Advent. Because we were in year A of the 3-year lectionary cycle, we read out of the Gospel of Matthew, while today's reading is from Luke. But the theme comes through this Gospel account loud and clear just as well. Listen to this passage from Luke 12, verses 35 through 38, where Jesus is speaking to his disciples. "Be dressed for action and have your lamps lit. Be like those who are waiting for their master to return from the wedding banquet, so that they may open the door for him as he comes and knocks. Blessed are those slaves whom the master finds alert when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will fasten his belt and have them sit down to eat, and he will come and serve them. If he comes during the middle of the night or near dawn and finds them so, blessed are those slaves. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for the time is drawing nigh." What time is that? The time when the Messiah shall return, the time when God will judge all things, the time when Christ will claim his own and welcome them to the messianic banquet, the banquet table in the kingdom of heaven. Yes, we've seen this theme before. But what is striking to me about this particular passage isn't just that it repeats the admonition to keep awake. The scene is in a master's home. He's gone out to a wedding banquet, leaving his servants to mind the house while he's away. How long is he gone? An evening? A few days? A week? More? No telling. But that's what makes this all the more interesting. The servants don't know when to expect the master's return. So what do you think happens while the master's away? We often say, when the cat's away, the mice do play. Now, they may not have known that adage back in the ancient world, but they certainly would have understood its meaning. Presumably, some of the servants would blow off their work and do nothing. Other servants would be more aware of the uncertainty of the master's return, though. Maybe some of them would keep up their duties out of fear, others out of loyalty to their master. But it's what happens when the master returns that is really interesting. Jesus says, "Blessed are those slaves whom the master finds alert when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will fasten his belt and have them sit down to eat, and he will come and serve them." The master sits them down at the table and serves them. Extraordinary, unexpected. That just wouldn't happen in the real world. But then again, this isn't the real world. It's a sort of parable of the kingdom. The master has been at a wedding banquet, which for Jesus is symbolic language for the kingdom of heaven. When he returns, he in turn seats his faithful servants at a banquet table, which is clearly a way of saying that he will welcome them into the kingdom of heaven and seat them at the heavenly table. But the key to all this is the admonition to stay awake and always be prepared for the Messiah's return. And that's exactly what we do during Advent. We practice for the coming of the Messiah. Even as we prepare to celebrate the birth of Jesus over 2,000 years ago, we also prepare for his return. Only we don't know just when that will take place. In the meantime, though, we are advised to always be prepared. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for the time is drawing nigh. And now may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.